around here somewhere. There. Imagine being so poor you have to grow your own stuff to sell. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the ferals. No, I don't. That's better. What's that? It's a scarecrow, idiot. To scare the birds and things away from the plants. Pretty lousy scarecrow. How come? It's not scaring us away, is it?
The man at the garden centre says mine are the best veggie seedlings he's seen, and he'll buy as many as I can grow.
If you're going to make so much money, I'm going to charge you rent for my scarecrow.
Keep your scarecrow, they don't work anyway. What happened to my seedlings?
So much for your stupid scarecrow.
Birds don't pick up boxes and carry them away.
That's right, it wasn't birds.
All right. What have you got to say for yourselves?
Sorry, sir.
Why shouldn't you be running near school buildings?
Can't see where we're going if we're running, sir.
All right. Off you go. And take your time.
Yes, sir.
What would we want with your stupid seedlings?
Yeah.
If we want vegetables, we can open the fridge. Come on. Of course they took them.
How do you know?
Because they said they didn't. They always say they haven't done something when they have done.
What?
What? What?
Lettuce seedlings. Nice ones, too. I'm clearing a space for a school garden. I could find a space for them for you.
Thanks, Mr. Alexander, but I've already got a spot for them.
Most of you already know about the school's play competition. But for the benefit of the newer students, every year each class stages a play at the town hall in front of the whole town and visitors. The mayor judges the play and the best class receives the certificate.
Mrs. Church, the play competition's my favourite time of the whole year. I love acting.
As you prove in the competition every year, Brooke. Now, I've adapted a section of Romeo and Juliet for Year 6 to perform this year. Anyone who wants a speaking role should come and take a copy of the script.
Thanks, Mrs. Church.
There are only two main roles in the play. Romeo, a boy, and Juliet, a girl. Anyone else interested in auditioning? I can see Mrs. Hawkshaw's Year 3s will be winning the certificate yet again. I'll leave the scripts here, just in case anyone changes their mind. Auditions will be held straight after school tomorrow.
Dressing up's for girls.
Yeah.
Mrs. Church wouldn't let ferals in the play anyway.
I'd rather eat broccoli than dress up.
Plays are for wimps.
Yeah, Mrs. Church wouldn't give you a party if you paid her.
I'd pay her not to.
What are we going to do about the rest of my seedlings?
Spark's gone looking for him. He reckons they could be around here.
I thought you'd be desperate to be in the play. Me too.
Me? Desperate to dress up and look stupid?
Ryan and Sam won't water my seedlings. We've got to go find them. Didn't you know? If you're a lead speaking part in the play, you get out of class to rehearse. You miss getting homework too. It's a complete bludge.
You get to miss out on schoolwork? Fair income.
Thanks very much.
I'm glad to see you're interested in representing Year 6, Marion.
I've been dying to represent Year 6 for ages, Mrs. Church.
No scripts? Not interested in trying out for the play?
Not after last year, Brooke. You were so mean.
It's too small. Mrs. Hall,
What's the matter?
it looks ridiculous. The costume doesn't fit her anymore. She's too big.
Only since you took the costumes home to wash, Brooke. It must have shrunk.
It's too late to make a new one now.
I'm sure that I could fit into it, Mrs. Hall. I'm a lot smaller.
That's not necessary, Brooke. You're doing a fine job at understudy. No, we'll just have to hire something for Carla that fits.
I call upon the heavenly sprites to lift me up to Olympian heights.
Carla, here are your props. Mrs. Hall's running late. She said to start without her.
I'm never going to remember all this tonight.
That's another thing Mrs. Hall said to tell you. She's changing some of the script. So you won't need to remember this bit.
But that's my biggest scene.
A lot less work for you, though.
That's true.
Carla, you haven't learned your words. performance.
I would have.
We have 4 hours left until the performance.
I thought we weren't doing that scene anymore.
Why would we not be doing it? It doesn't make sense without it. Now go and find a quiet place and come back when you've learned your words. All of them.
I know the words, Mrs. Hall. Shall I take over?
Okay, Brooke. For now.
Unless you think that Carla might...
No, Brooke. I know you wanted that part, Brooke, but you're just going to have to accept that this year you are the understudy. Carla will keep the part. Short of a twisted ankle or a broken leg.
I've twisted my ankle.
I was the best person to play the part last year. Was it my fault you two wouldn't believe it? Which way are you going?
Oh, if she got Juliet's part, I'd get Romeo's part just to teach her a lesson.
She's got Juliet's part. None of us could be bothered competing with her for it.
So that would mean that she'd have to hang around with me whether she liked it or not. And I could drive her mad, and she couldn't do a thing about it.
If you got Romeo's part.
I'm getting it.
I didn't think you were even vaguely interested earlier, Spike.
No, but I might not have been paying attention, Mrs. Church. I know I don't sometimes. Sorry.
Marion going for the boys' part. There is no way I'm going in the play with a feral.
There's no way a feral should represent year 6.
Right. Okay, none of the other boys were interested, so it's up to one of you two.
Up to one of us to what?
I seem to recall last year you thought plays were for wimps.
Last year I was in year 5, Mrs. Church. I was just a kid.
Forget it. I'm not helping you.
But I can't read half the words.
What about my seedlings? You lost interest as soon as you heard the play could get you out of schoolwork.
Okay, I promise I'll find your seedlings.
Forget it.
I'll take away my scarecrow.
Take it. It's useless anyway.
Okay, I'll find someone else to help me. You said dressing up's for girls.
So did you? Hey, Pia, I need help to learn all these words.
You don't deserve help either. Learn them yourself.
And action.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon. How much more do I have to read?
Keep going, it's great.
What would you know? Marion couldn't be worse. No one could be. There is no way Mrs. Church is going to let you be in the play. You try.
What's this word again?
All right. We're obviously going to have to find another way to stop Marion being in the play.
What about our parents?
I knew you weren't a total idiot, but we better have a backup plan too. Any bright ideas?
And what can I do for you two?
Hi, Mrs. Walston. I was just looking for Abby. Got a favour to ask her.
What do you want?
Hi. I need help with all the words in the play.
Oh, you're going to be in a play. I'm very impressed. Culture is a fine thing.
He only wants to get out of school.
Oh, no, I'm very much less impressed. Good grief.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Help him in. Come on, Snobs. In here. Quick.
Mum, is Abby home?
I think I heard her come home. Just a minute. Are you there, Abby? Abby! She's on her way.
Hi, Mum.
Hello, darling. Mrs. Bellingham just called me. According to Brooke, Mrs. Church is letting a feral audition for the lead in the class play. Is that right?
None of the town boys were interested.
Well, Ryan Granger is. But he's hopeless, apparently. Doesn't stand a chance.
Oh.
I've spoken with the other parents. None of us want our children represented by a feral. And Mrs. Church will be made aware of this. Bye-bye, darling. Bye, Mum.
Guess that means you won't be helping me with the words, huh?
No way.
Why not?
Because you don't really want to be in the play.
Are you sure?
I'm really, really positive.
Well, then it looks like I'll just have to sit here and learn the words myself. Oh, gee. Look at the heaps of words I have to learn. I could be here for ages. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that?
How can I get into the play if I can't read some of the words?
You're just a show-off.
Ah, Snobs. You're a born show-off. You can get me into the play. Come on.
Mrs. Church, can I show you the school's new flower bed?
It's been a long day, Mr. Alexander. 11-year-olds are getting busier and I'm not getting any younger. Maybe in the morning.
Yes, fine. Good afternoon, Mrs. Church.
Afternoon, Mr. Alexander.
Hello, Mrs. Church.
Hey, what are you still doing here?
I came back to see if maybe you thought of having a dog in the play. A really talented one. What's 5 minus 3?
No, I hadn't.
Because you didn't think you knew one?
That's right.
Well, here he is. Meet Snobs. He's a real crawler.
One thing Mrs. Hawkshaw's Year 3 play certainly wouldn't have is a dog.
And if you put Snobs in it, I'd have to be in it to make him do stuff.
No, not exactly. Snobs would only be in the play if you were in the play. And you will only be in the play if the audition you do tomorrow is the best.
I bet you asked Abby to help you too, and she said no.
Mind your own business.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn, my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. She speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being over my head, as is a winged messenger from heaven.
Someone helped you learn all that.
Nah, I'm just a genius. Anyway, I've got to think up ways to drive Brooke mad. See you later.
Someone helped him. Please. I promise I'll find your seedlings.
Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy poison is quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Someone's obviously helped him. I promise I'll find
Stop making promises you won't keep. I'll help you, but only because someone helped Spike.
But soft. What light through yonder window breaks? It is the east.
But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east.
And Juliet is the sun.
Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon who is already sick and pale with grief. What?
Hey!
Sorry, sir.
All right, but everyone's on last warnings. Pass the word around. No running near buildings.
Yes, sir. You and your stupid ideas.
What's your problem?
Getting our parents to stop Marion being in the play. I told my mum, and you know what she said? If Marion's in the play, I can't be in it.
It's okay. There's no way Marion's gonna be in the play.
You've had an idea. What?
You'll find out. When Marion finds out.
Good boy, Snobs. Mrs. Church will love that.
Romeo doesn't have a dog. Carla told me the whole story.
Ryan and Sam did it again. They stole back the 3 seedlings, and the seeds I just planted, and the scarecrow.
Okay, Pia, okay. You can deal with Ryan and Sam. I'll be too busy getting out of class.
You can deal with Ryan and Sam because I'll be too busy driving Brooke mad.
You boys ready for your audition this afternoon?
Mrs. Church, could I see you for a moment? And Marion Freeman, come with us, please. Are these your clothes, Marion?
Yes, but...
Did you make this, Scarecrow?
Yes, but
I will not have teachers in my school disrespected in this way.
But I didn't. I made it for Pia's veggie garden.
It's true, Mr. Alexander, but it was stolen this morning.
Who do you imagine would steal a scarecrow, Pia?
I think I know.
Oh, really?
I can't prove it.
Perhaps it was borrowed by someone who knew it was there. Someone who made it in the first place.
Yes. I mean, no.
Marion, I'm very disappointed in you. I think you owe Mrs. Church an apology.
But I didn't do it.
Marion, if you don't apologize right now,
But-
I will be speaking to your parents.
Marion, you have to learn to respect other people's feelings. For this sort of behaviour, there's no way on earth that I'm going to let you represent Year 6 in the play.
We'll discuss the matter of detention tomorrow.
If I can prove Ryan and Sam stole the seedlings, I can prove they stole the scarecrow.
I'm glad you're finally worrying about my seedlings.
My lips. Two blushing pilgrims. Ready, stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Thank you, Ryan. That was very, very good.
Yes, it was, wasn't it, Mrs. Church? Just as well, because Ryan's the only boy auditioning for the part.
No, he's not.
I think it's really mean you're not helping Marion prove he was set up.
I will, after I get the part.
I'm looking for volunteers to work in the school's new garden. Any takers?
I'd really love to, sir, but I'm auditioning for the play.
Oh. Well, good luck. What about you, Carla? Have you got a green thumb?
No, but I really like gardening.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Come on, we'll call home, tell them you'll be late.
G'day, Snobs. No worries, I'll get you into the play.
Spike, we're ready for your audition now. Can you make Snobs do his tricks?
Of course, Mrs. Church. Snobs, over.
Now, before anyone says anything, Spike, as a Year 6 student, is as entitled to be in the Year 6 class play as anyone else, provided he's good enough. Is that understood?
Yes, Mrs. Church. But what's Marion's dog doing here?
If Spike gets a part, Snobs will also be in the play.
And he'll be better than you. Drop. Roll over. Good boy.
That's enough, Spike. Now, you ready to audition?
Yes, Mrs. Church.
Where the heck Snobs got to?
Don't worry about him. Just help me.
Are they there?
Everything's here. And I mean everything.
Shouldn't we leave the seedlings here?
Why? Help me down.
Because it proves they stole them. And the scarecrow. We shouldn't move them.
This proves they set you up with a scarecrow.
What?
As if I'm gonna work backstage with the feral and their dog in the play.
As if. How does this prove they set me up?
Oh, what? You've been in our hideout.
It does. Now take it to school.
What have you stolen?
Just think. You and me stuck together for a whole week.
You are so pathetic.
Just think. Romeo and Juliet have to kiss.
We are not going to kiss. As soon as Mrs. Church gets back, I'm going to tell her, no kissing.
What if she says we have to? We should practice.
Stop it, or I'll hit you.
Hey, ever wondered how long your tongue is? Measure mine for me.
Oh, yuck!
Okay, then.
All right. Now, this isn't a vial of poison, I know, but it'll have to do.
Mrs. Church, can Juliet please take the poison and die before she has to kiss Romeo?
Mrs. Church, my tongue is 4 centimeters long.
You have a very interesting mind, Spike.
What's your hurry?
Pia reckons that this proves they set me up with the scarecrow.
Of course it does. Come on, we have to show Mrs. Church and Mr. Alexander.
Well, how does it prove
Give us
it?
that back! Come on, Sam, move! Boy, come back here!
Hey!
Sorry, sir.
All right. Absolutely last warnings. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That's why it proves they set you up. Sam used the cover for the sign.
How stupid are you?
I didn't want to waste any pages. Mum said to waste too many pages.
You're hopeless. It's not too late. Come on!
The joke's on you. My mother said she'd withdraw me from the play if there's a feral in it.
The joke's on you. You're the one who's so desperate to be in this play, and now you're not going to be.
Snobs? What are you doing here?
He's in the play with me.
Traitor! Anyway, I can still be in the play. We've got proof that Ryan and Sam set me up with the scarecrow. Come on! They've got proof we set him up. We're all going to be in big trouble. Come on!
Hey, who got you into the play, traitor?
Mr. Alexander, I can prove I didn't put the scarecrow there.
Stop! Right where you are. Weren't you listening before when I gave you absolute last warning? Stop! This is precisely why you are asked not to run around the place. You're not looking where you're going. All right, you've been given absolute last warnings. If you can't act responsibly, then you will just have to learn. You are all on afternoon detention for the next week.
Mr. Alexander, that's going to make it very difficult for me to stage the Year 6 class play. Spike and Brooke are my 2 speaking class members, and these are probably the only other kids I can use.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Church, but I'm afraid Year 6 will just have to miss the play competition this year.
Apart from Pia and Carla, they are all on detention.
Serves you right. You only wanted to be in the play to drive Brooke mad.
Yeah, but you got detentions too.
I was getting detentions anyway for putting the sign on the scarecrow that I didn't do.
We couldn't keep them out of our town, but the last thing we want is one of them representing our Year 6. I mean, more than just Eden Beach people will be attending the play competition. It would be humiliating.
You have my assurance, Mrs. Oakley. There will not be a feral boy in the Year 6 play.
I'm so glad you understand the parents' position, Mrs. Church.
I'm so glad we're going to be able to stage the Year 6 play after all. Now, we've got the dog role sorted out. The only question is, which of you two in the speaking parts of the play would like to pretend to be a boy?